Howdy, lads and ladettes. New patch, new paradox simulations to get through, so let's start off with Noir Corne, shall we? Noir Corne's map is fairly simple, requires a little bit of operator juggling, but outside of that, it's nothing too tricky, so let's get straight into this one. All E1 operators, or E0 operators, so we have no extended range on our snipers. But that's okay. So we're going to put down Duran, and then Steward. And we're just going to sit around waiting for some deployment points. And now we're going to have a couple of mortar enemies pop out. So we're going to wait for that first shot of the mortar enemies, and then we're going to pop down. You can pop down on Steward or Cruz. Now, super important. Remember that we have Duran here. Duran's not super great, so always remember that you want to put Cruz in front of Duran to support that side, because Duran is a lot weaker than Steward, so that's the only real important thing to worry about in this particular map. So always support Duran with Cruz. We're going to wait for Steward to get hit. Not Steward, sorry, a Nat kill. Then we're going to pop down Cruz. Going to wait for Cruz to get hit. Going to pop down Yato. Yato will take 2 hits. And then we're going to pull her out and pop in Noir Corne. Now make sure Noir Corne is away from all your other operators, because these mortar enemies do have a splash radius. So I'll just fast forward this, because this is just going to play itself out in this particular part. The Nat kill skill, when it's ready. So that's that. And now we're just going to wait for these little enemies to get finished off. So that's good enough for me. We're going to pull Noir Corne out and pop in Yato right up the back here. Now, the reason we've got our snipers in front of our casters is pretty evident here. They can support Noir Corne in killing those 2 enemies, and they can get a head start on these enemies. Now, because these are all E0 units, obviously our basic casters don't have any extra range, so we're sort of running bare bones here. So we need that extra range to get started on these the shielded enemies. Now, for the most part, they'll go through. Yato's just sort of there to block anything that does manage to sneak through. We're going to hold off on a Nat kill skill. So I'm going to speed this up again. Now we have another run of enemies here. We're going to keep Yato in, just to make sure that everything goes okay. And we're just basically waiting until 36-ish. So here's our last enemy. So Yato out, Noir Corne back in. Again, spaced out nicely. Because here we have our mortar enemies again. And we just have essentially just one big bomb rush. So we're just going to use Nat kill skill. Because obviously a Nat kill, and apologies for the thunder, I have a storm here at the moment. And then if you get a little bit concerned, you can pull out, and I pulled out a little bit early, but that's okay. Pull Noir Corne out and deploy Yato if you get a bit worried, but like I said, I pulled him out a little bit too early, and that mortar enemy killed Cruz, but that's alright, it didn't matter at the end. So that's it, nice and easy for that one. Stay tuned for the rest. I will get them up as soon as possible.